Hello everybody, my name is Eric D. Johnson, also known BrightShine, right here in the city of Memphis, County, Shelby, state of Tennessee. Today is early Sunday morning, September the 20th, 2020, time 5:52 a.m. First, I thank all my family, my support for your continued courage, support, continue to keep myself employed right here in this Memphis tri-state area, and continue to further my education, Memorial College online, continue to pursue my social degree, study being administrative, concentrate tomorrow at the present time, take a break from going to school. In the very near future, I will be going back to Memorial College online to continue to pursue my social degree, study being administrative, concentrate tomorrow. Now, let me say this. I'm continuing to, like I said, keep myself employed at this warehouse. And instead of working, I've been working a long hours. But now, instead of being like 6 days, we're going to be like 7 days a week. So that's really why I'm doing my video today, I'm doing my video tomorrow. And, to continue to make my video. And in the process of making my videos, going to continue to protest and continue to speak out and continue to be an advocate for Mr. Sam Cooke. That's very important. It's very important because it is a crime that was committed, and that crime has to be attended to. There are laws, victims' rights laws that we have today, and it's going to be justice in the courtroom, civil court, criminal court. It's going to be justice for Mr. Sam Cooke. Mr. Sam Cooke's wife at the time is Barbara Campbell Cooke. They have two beautiful daughters who were little girls at the time of their father's murder, Linda and Tracy. And Mr. Sam Cooke's mother and father were still alive at the time, and his sisters and brothers, and Mr. Sam Cooke's nieces and nephews, all the children and grandchildren, all the nieces, nephews, the family, and Mr. Sam Cooke's friends, many of his friends, Mr. Lou Rawls from Chicago, Illinois, Mr. Sam Cooke's best friend, the Highway QCs, Mr. Johnny Taylor, and, all the soul stirrers, and the soul stirrers, and one of the worst tragic crimes that could be committed, and it's gonna be justice. It's gonna be justice in the courtroom. See, that's what it means when you look at things today. From 1964, here it is, 2020. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. Anti-gang. Anti-gang. Now, like I said, I'm doing my video today. I'm doing my Periscope video, and then I'm doing do my Instagram video first. Then I'm doing my Periscope video. I'm trying not to be long on my introduction. 3 minutes. I'll be watching the clock. And so, like I said, it's gonna be justice for Mr. Sam Cooke. And like I said, anti-gang. Anti-gang. The United States Department of Justice. Anti-gang. Yo. See, you don't get away with lying. You don't get away with lying. That's the reason why we're doing background check on people in the past from yesterday. See, it's important. We're doing background checks on people from yesterday, doing background checks on people today. Because see, there's a lot of people today who were listening to people from yesterday. See, people die at different times. You have people who are still living, who in the past, before they passed away, these people were very active in committing these type of crimes, going around using that literature, using that occult literature. See, they ain't nothing but criminals. You're trying to use the East Coast of the United States of America for some kind of organized crime base. And then trying to use the literature. So y'all, as a way to kind of try to make it sound like you, but you ain't nothing but criminal. You can't even be friends with each other. See, you're just a damn fool. You're just a damn stupid fool. That's all you're doing, making a fool out yourself. Then you go around trying to make a fool out of other people. You're just a stupid, dumb fool. Then you try to influence people. See, I'm out on the street. And I ain't just to be out on the street. See, the sorority and the fraternity, they try to go around out on the street. And then you try to influence people. See, there's a lot of people who don't have education, just like yesterday. The majority of African Americans didn't have education. That was intentionally done, all this slavery and all the cruel treatment of African Americans by these so-called European Americans. Mainly the Germanic and Latin people. You can't just lump everybody in. And because other European people, they'll be walking around and they'll show you that they were against slavery and whatever. They're other Europeans then. So you got to identify the Germanic. Many of they can't even do that because some of the Germanic people some of the Germanic and some of the Latin people were trying to oppress the Niger Congo from Sub-Saharan Africa. And so a lot of the people who came from Sub-Saharan Africa, Niger Congo, slaves, and oppressed and denied what we call education. And so when it comes to this occult literature, the people who was oppressing the Niger Congo, the so-called Germanic people, Latin people, they try to call themselves giving themselves education in this so-called literature. Now this so-called literature is not based on Germanic or Latin people. This so-called occult stuff, this so-called literature that they try to go around all the people on the earth. It's very old and you really just can't say, because you open up your Holy Bible and read the Bible, those were many of the people that were using that occult literature. So that's where it basically came from. And so people tried to use it, but like I say, that's how they were able to influence a lot of people. Then, like I said, the sorority and fraternity. You had these here in the United States of America, the sorority and fraternity. There was a time in America, like I said, African Americans were oppressed, denied education. So the people who had education, the Germanic, Latin people, that so-called literature, they were familiar with it. And then when they taught African Americans, that's what they would teach you. But see, to be a criminal, and you ain't learn how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide. You ain't learn how to read. You ain't learn, you understand how to medicine and things in there. You learn how to be a criminal. And so when we talk about people from yesterday, that's what you had, these people from yesterday who were going around oppressing the people with their literature. And so it's very important to do background checks on people from yesterday, because when you see a lot of these African Americans from yesterday, a lot of these people that had no education on the East Coast, and then trying to claim the East Coast, hell, you don't know what you're talking about. And committing all these crimes against other African Americans. And then talking about some damn literature. See, we're going to do background check, and we're going to identify these people from yesterday. We're going to identify these people from today, do background checks on people today. Ain't going to do background checks on people tomorrow. No. Now, these are just a few of the free logo design websites you can go to make anti-gang logos. And remember these words: coercion, sexual coercion, psychological manipulation, psychological abuse. Now, Mr. Sam Cooke. And that's really how Mr. Sam Cooke was murdered. See, when people use that occult literature, just like that dumb Bertha Franklin, she really a dumb, ignorant, field house nigga. But see, the only thing she was taught was that occult literature. And so, a big dummy like her ended up murdering Mr. Sam Cooke. Now, I purchased a copy of Mr. Sam Cooke's autopsy report, the coroner's inquest from Celebrity Archive for $25. These are official court documents. like I said, these are official court documents. The state of California, the county of Los Angeles, the city of Los Angeles, and then the federal government, the state of California. You always remember that there's a district, the federal court. Each, all 50 states, they're districts, and so the federal court is also involved. You understand? I mean, there's jurisdiction, but still, the state of California, there's a federal court based on districts. It's still the United States, court, but they divide all 50 states into districts when it comes to the federal court. Now, this is the verdict of the coroner's jury. The state of California, the county of Los Angeles, in the matter of the imposition upon the body of Sam Cooke, deceased, before the coroner of the county of Los Angeles. We, the jurors, summoned to appear before the coroner of Los Angeles County, room 150, Hall of Justice, Los Angeles, California, on the 16th day of December, AD 1964, to inquire into the cause of the death of Sam Cooke, having been duly sworn according to law and hereby, and having made such inquisition hearing the testimony adduced upon our oath, each and all do say that we find that the deceased was named Sam Cooke, a male married, native of Mississippi, aged about 33 years, and that he came to his death on the 11th day of December 1964 at 9137 South Figueroa Avenue, Los Angeles County, California, and that this death was caused by a gunshot wound to the chest, perforating the heart in both lungs, with massive hemorrhage inflicted by a gun in the hands of Bertha Franklin at 9137 South Figueroa Avenue, Los Angeles, California. After the deceased had made forcible entry from the testimony introduced at this time, we find this death to be justifiable homicide committed by the said Bertha Franklin, protection of life and property, all of which we duly certified by this inquisition writing by us signed in the 16th day of December 1964. Now that's a damn lie. See, this is a crime. See, it's not just a crime that Bertha Lee Franklin committed the murder, and then the owners of the motel who was on the phone and all that's hearsay. But the crime that was committed is by the people in the court in this inquisition, the coroner, and then the investigative police officer Thomas Frank L. Thomas, and the district attorney Barilla, and the attorney that was representing Miss Barbara Campbell Cook at the time, may check insufficient, ineffective assistance of counsel. And so this one don't justify homicide. It was first degree murder. I want to say capital murder. I won't say capital murder. Based on the evidence, the evidence, Mr. Sam Cooke was shot and killed by Bertha Lee Franklin. Now the evidence is overwhelming. Premeditation. So that's first degree murder. It can be proven. Now they took pictures, and then they did ballistics on the gun, which was a wrong .22 revolver, and they did ballistics on the gun, and when they recovered the bullet that killed Mr. Sam Cooke, it was the bullet was in his body, and they did recover that bullet, and like I said, they did ballistics in that match. And Bertha Lee Franklin, she tested, when the police did get there to Mr. She made a statement to the police officer, Mr. Cook, and the police took her statement, and so they got the shooter, the murderer, Mr. Sam Cooke. But see what they did, what them criminals did, the coroner, the district attorney, the attorney for Miss Barbara Campbell Cook, these people criminals. they talking about it was, and the investigator, police officer, Mr. Thomas. These people were criminals. Saying there was a justifiable homicide. There wasn't no justifiable homicide. It was first degree murder. These people were criminals. They criminals. So like I said, that was another crime. But like I say, today is victims' rights. We have victims' rights, and so it will be justice in the court of law, civil court, criminal court. It's gonna be judged as victims' rights. Now Mr. Sam Cook was shot and killed with the wrong .22 revolver, and he was hit from his left side. He was on his left side. He hit his, but a wrong .22 revolver, you can't hit both lungs and the heart with a wrong .22 revolver. And Mr. Sam Cook was hit from his left side in the barrel of the gun up against his body, the evidence. Also, Mr. Sam Cook had his sports coat, sports jacket on. The gunpowder residue. The gunpowder residue from Mr. Sam Cook being shot was on his sports coat, the sports jacket on that left side. The barrel of the gun at close range. That's evidence also. I think 1.8, 1/8 of an inch. With the barrel of the gun against Mr. Sam Cook's body and pulled the trigger, shot and killed Mr. Sam Cook from his left side. The bullet hit his left lung first, then hit his heart, and then hit his right lung, and that's where they recovered the bullet from his on the right side over here. So as you can see, that's first degree murder. That's first degree. Now, like I said, I want to say capital murder. The death penalty, but I don't want to just say it verbally. You understand? There's evidence. Mr. Sam Cook, there were pictures taken of the crime scene. Picture number 5. Picture number 5. there's picture number 5, because there were 7 pictures taken of the crime scene. And like I say, picture number 5. And it showed Mr. Sam Cook's body and the position of his body at the time of his murder. Picture number 5. So like I say, it's first degree, I want to say capital murder. And based on the evidence, you know, you go into a court of law, civil court, criminal court. You know what I'm saying? You innocent proven guilty. So, you know, victims' rights. Now I know, like I say, I'm gonna do my Periscope video. I'm gonna do my Instagram video, and then I'm gonna do my Periscope video. And now I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time trying to read, because you know I gotta do my Instagram video, and then I gotta do my Periscope video. But I want to make victims' rights. You can go to Wikipedia, a quick reference Wikipedia. Victims' rights. Mr. Sam, the state of California, all states have passed victims' rights legislation. It's gonna be justice in the court of law for Mr. Sam Cook and family and friends, and all the fans. It's gonna be justice. Victims' rights. Like I said, I gotta do my Instagram, then I'm gonna do my Periscope. So let's get ready to do that. Like I said, I'm gonna do my Instagram. I ain't gonna be long. Try not to be long. I'm gonna do my Instagram, and then I'm gonna go to my Periscope, and then Now, do my Instagram, and then I'll do my Periscope. Hello everybody, my name is Eric D. Johnson, also known as BrightShine, right here in the city of Memphis, in the county, State of Tennessee. Today's date is early Sunday morning, September the 20th, 2020, time 6:24 a.m. First, say thank you to all my family, my support for your continued courage support. Anti-gang. The United States Department of Justice. Anti-gang. Now these are just a few of the free logo design websites you can go to make anti-gang logo. And remember these words: coercion, sexual coercion, psychological coercion, psychological manipulation, psychological abuse. First, one will always give thanks to God for all the blessings and guidance that God provides all of us with. Always put God first. And see, the United States Department of Justice, anti-gang. The United States Department of Justice, anti-gang. There's some sorority and fraternity be going around in the community trying to negatively influence the general public. There's no such thing as any person living on the East Coast of the United States of America, from the state of Maine all the way down to the state of Florida, trying to use some occult literature. You don't get away with that. First of all, the majority of African Americans from the past, from yesterday, were uneducated and miseducated, undereducated. You ain't know what you're talking about. The majority of African Americans, uneducated, miseducated, undereducated. There's no such thing as the United States of America. No place in the United States of America is a gang base for any organized crime. They're trying to use some occult literature. Like I said, you don't know what you're talking about. And African Americans from yesterday, the majority of African Americans really know what you were talking about. It was intentionally done that way. You know what you're talking about. And so that occult literature that you be calling yourself trying to use, you know what you were talking about. Doing background checks on people from yesterday, doing background checks on people today, doing background checks on people tomorrow. So you don't use no occult literature, and then talking about you trying to go behind other people's back, talking about some occult literature. You don't get away with it. Don't get your ass killed. Doing background checks, I'm telling you. Background checks on people from yesterday. Background checks on people today. Background checks on people tomorrow. You don't get away with it. Now, like I said, I'm doing my Instagram video, and then after I do my Instagram video, I'm doing my Periscope video. I want to do my video because it's that time of the year. Been working long hours, and hours gonna get longer. But being that it's the weekend, and Saturday, Sunday, but working 7 days instead of, so we do both my video and for this weekend. And now, Mr. Sam Cooke, I'm gonna continue to protest. I'm gonna continue to speak out. I'm gonna continue to be an advocate for Mr. Sam Cooke, who was unjustly murdered. Who was unjustly murdered by a field house nigga named Bertha Lee Frank. And see that occult literature, he was involved. See, ignorant field house nigga like Bertha Lee Frank, she don't know what she talking about. You don't know what you talking about. That occult literature. See, Evelyn Carr, Mr. Carr, and other white people, including the people down at the courthouse and at the coroner's inquest. See, that occult literature. That occult literature. And all them other people. That occult literature. And so, like I said, Mr. Sam Cooke was unjustly murdered. First degree murder. I want to say capital murder. Based on the evidence, there's a criteria for all kind of murder based on the evidence. The evidence is overwhelming for first degree murder. You'll premeditate. It's first degree murder. Premeditation. First degree murder. Overwhelming evidence. And then Bertha Lee Franklin gave a statement to the police. And she shot Mr. Sam Cooke. The evidence on the bullet that killed Mr. Sam Cooke was recovered from Mr. Sam Cooke's body. It was a 22 round revolver that was used to shoot and kill Mr. Sam Cooke. They had a gun. Ballistic test was done, and it matched. The bullet and the gun, it matched. Gunpowder residue on Mr. Sam Cooke's sport coat, sport jacket that he was wearing. Gunpowder residue on his left side. You can't use a wrong 22 revolver to shoot and kill Mr. Sam Cooke and hit both lungs and his heart from the front and from the back. Mr. Sam Cooke was shot and killed from his left side. Mr. Sam Cooke was shot and killed from his left side. Hit the left lung, hit his heart, and then hit his right lung. Mr. Sam Cooke was shot and killed from his left side. Gunpowder residue on his left side of the sports coat, sports jacket. Blood splatter on the shooter's clothes. Bertha Lee Frank clothes. Blood splatter on the clothes. First degree, based on evidence, overwhelming premeditation. Premeditation is over. Now, capital murder. There were pictures taken of the crime scene. Picture number 5. Picture number 5. It shows Mr. Sam Cooke, the position of Mr. Sam Cooke's body. And, you understand, picture number 5 shows Mr. Sam Cooke's body at the time of his murder. And, capital murder. Based on the evidence, capital murder. And, I purchased a copy of Mr. Sam Cooke's autopsy report, the coroner's inquest from Celebrity Archive for $25. Those are official court documents. Official court documents. The state of California, the county of Los Angeles, the city of Los Angeles, it's official court document, and also the federal government. The district court, all 50 states of the United States of America, they are district federal courts. You understand? The federal court in the state of California, whatever district court that the state of California is also. Like I say, it's gonna be justice in the courtroom for Mr. Sam, civil court, criminal court, victims' rights, victims' rights. Mr. Sam Cook got rights. The family have rights. Victims' rights. SAW records, victims' rights. Now, this is, like I said, these are official court documents. These are official court documents. Victims' rights. including some record. Mr. Sam Cooke gonna get justice. It's gonna be justice for Mr. Sam Cooke. Criminal in the court of law, civil court, criminal court. It's gonna be just victims' rights. Now this is the verdict of the coroner's jury, state of California, the county of Los Angeles, the city of Los Angeles. I told you these are official court documents, including the federal court, the district court that the state of California is in. In the matter of the inquisition upon the body of Sam Cooke, deceased, before the coroner of the county of Los Angeles, we, the jurors, summoned to appear before the coroner of Los Angeles County, room 150, Hall of Justice, Los Angeles, California, on the 16th day of December, AD 1964, to inquire into the cause of death of Sam Cooke. I told you, to inquire because the cause of, they owe Miss Barbara Campbell Cook a lot of money. I told you, it's gonna be court. It's gonna be justice in a civil and criminal court. I told you, victims' rights. You owe Miss Barbara Campbell Cook a lot of money. Sorry, record. You owe me a lot of money. You can't do that. That's what victims' rights mean. You can't do that. Having been duly sworn according to law and having made such inquisition hearing the testimony of due upon our oath, easy and all do say that we find that the deceased was named Sam Cooke, a male married native of Mississippi, aged about 33 years, and that he came to his death on the 11th day of December 1964 in 9137 South Figueroa Avenue, Los Angeles County, California. That this death was caused by gunshot wound in the chest, perforating the heart and both lungs with massive hemorrhage inflicted by a gun in the hand of the vertebrae at 9137 South Figueroa Avenue, Los Angeles, California. And the deceased had made forcible entry from the testimony introduced at that time. We find his death to be justifiable homicide committed by the said vertebrae in protecting life and property. First degree murder. Man, these people are criminals. In protecting life and property, all of which we do is certified by this inquisition writing about us signed the 16th day of December 1964. Criminals. These people were criminals. The coroner, criminal. The district attorney, Barilla, criminal. The attorney for Ms. Barbara Campbell Cook, Maycheck, criminal. The jury, criminal. Bertha Lee Franklin, ignorant field house nigga. Criminals. These people are criminals. They were trying to use that occult knowledge. The reason why I'm doing background check on people from yesterday, people today, and people tomorrow. Background check. First degree murder. Now I want to say capital murder. You know, the death penalty. When you know evidence. Civil court, criminal court, everybody innocent till proven guilty. You understand? In a court of law, civil court, criminal court, evidence. Victims' rights. Victims' rights. Mr. Sam Cooke, victims' rights. His family, his wife at the time, Ms. Barbara Campbell Cook, still alive today. Victims' rights. Two beautiful daughters, Linda, Tracy, all the children, all the grandchildren, nieces, nephews, Miss Sanford, nieces, nephews, all the children, grandchildren, Miss Sanford's friend, Mr. Lou Rawls at the time from Chicago, Illinois, all the friends, the highway QCs, victims' rights. Mr. Sam Cook, victims' rights. It's going to be justice in the court of law. That's guaranteed. Tell you, it's going to be justice in the court of law. Civil court, criminal court, victims' rights. Victims' rights. All states in the United States of America have passed victims' rights legislation. The state of California passed victims' rights legislation. It's going to be justice for Mr. Sam Cook. Family, all the family, friends, fans. It's going to be justice in a court of law, civil court, criminal, and that includes SAW records. That includes SAW records. Victims' rights. Victims' rights. It's going to be justice in a civil court, criminal court for Mr. Sam Cook, SAW records. All the family. They owe me a barbecue. I'm telling you, they owe me a barbecue. That's the reason I'm telling you. They owe me a barbecue. I'm Cook a lot of money. You can't murder Mr. Sam Cook. I mean, you know, it should be obvious. You can't do that. And then gonna try to tell people, talking about it was justified. Man, that was 1964. This 2020. You owe me barbecue Cook a lot of money. SAW records. You can't murder Mr. Sam Cook. Simple as that. Straight to the point. You owe me barbecue Cook a lot of money. Victims' rights. There's gonna be background check, I'm telling you, on these streets. Man, you can't be going around talking about you trying to help other people and telling you going behind people, behind people's backs and all. Background check on people from yesterday, background check on people today, background check on people tomorrow. You don't get away with trying to talk about some occult lips. The sorority fraternity, I tell you like this. Doing background check. People from yesterday, people today, and people tomorrow. I guarantee you ain't gonna walk your ass around and then think you're gonna get away with walking your ass around talking about some occult lips. Background check. That occult lips, it ain't nothing. Gonna get your goddamn ass killed. And see, when it comes to the occult lips, see, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Department of Justice, when you say gang and all, see, that's that occult literature. The FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, they know about that occult literature. You're going to get your goddamn ass killed. See, you think you can play with other people. See, that'll be why that stuff you be talking about the East Coast. And see, it was wrong yesterday. It's wrong today. It's gonna be wrong tomorrow. See, there ain't no such thing as no place on this earth is a base for some criminal organization being trying to use some occultists. The United Nations, all these people on earth, see the United Nations, it enacted the International Bill on Human Rights. That you be talking about, that the sorority and fraternity be trying to negatively influence you with. See, the United Nations, UNESCO, UNICEF. The United Nations know about that occult culture. Because see, all the people on the earth are members of the United Nations. You ain't getting away with that. That's a dead issue. You ain't finna sit around and argue with nobody about no damn occult literature. It's the same thing, just like the United States Department of Justice, anti-gang. Man, ain't nobody finna be sitting around arguing, talking about no damn word, talking about the word gang and mob. You crazy. The United States Department just said anti-gang. And that's where that gang took the word gang from the Germanic people. That's that occult literature. You ain't get away with it. I tell you, they doing background check on people from yesterday. People today, people tomorrow. It's wrong yesterday. It's wrong today. It's gonna be wrong tomorrow. You ain't gonna get away with it. You don't get your goddamn ass killed, I'm telling you. Now, I gotta do my Periscope video. Like I said, Miss Sam Cook, all the family, friends, it's gonna be justice in a court of law. Civil court, criminal court. Victims' rights. Victims' rights. And people were criminals. Bertha Lee Franklin, ignorant, field housing. And like I said, I'm doing my video this weekend, working 7 days a week instead of 6 days a week. Now I'm doing, so I do my video today, and then I'm gonna come back tomorrow. I'm gonna do my video tomorrow. And so I'm gonna get ready to end my Instagram video, and then I'm gonna do my Periscope video. And I always put God first. I always put God first. I just ended my Instagram video, so now I'm gonna do my Periscope video. video now. Hello everybody, my name is Eric D. Johnson, also known by BrightShine, right here in the city of Memphis, County, Shelby State, Tennessee. Today it's early Sunday morning, September the 20th, 2020 time, 6:54 a.m. First, I thank all my family support for the continued curb support. Anti-gang. The United States Department of Justice. They say anti-gang. You see, ain't nobody finna be getting no argument, talking about no gang and mob. The United States Department of Justice anti-gang. They know what they talking about. No, you don't know what you talking about. You see, the United Nations, all the people on this earth are members of the United Nations that are cult literature. Did you be? See, you be wrong. See, the sorority fraternity, they trying to go around trying to play with other people. See, the United Nations, they enacted the International Declaration on Human Rights that occult literature is wrong. It's wrong. See, UNICEF, UNESCO. See, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know. They know way more than you know. They know way more than the alumni of the sorority fraternity. In the United States Department of Justice, they know way more than the alumni, the sorority fraternity alumni. They ain't no damn about it. Bunch of damn criminals and cowards. These are just a few of the free logo design websites you go to make anti-gang logo. Now remember these words: coercion, sexual coercion, psychological coercion, psychological manipulation, and psychological abuse. That reason why I'm doing background checks on people from yesterday, people today, and people tomorrow, because they're cult literature. It's wrong. It was wrong yesterday. It's wrong today. It's gonna be wrong tomorrow. You ain't getting away with it. Gonna identify all you goddamn coward ass criminals that be trying to use that occult literature from yesterday, today, and tomorrow. You don't get away with it. You don't get away with it. See, it ain't no such thing as trying to claim the East Coast or any part of the United States or anywhere on this earth, trying to use that occult literature. The United States Department just said anti-gang. So what the hell these people on the East Coast doing, trying to go around and trying to come around other people? Man, you don't get away with it. Doing background checks on people from yesterday, people today, and people tomorrow. You don't get away with it. Now, like I said, I'm doing my video today on my work schedule. Doing 7 days a week now. So I'm doing my video today and then I'm coming back tomorrow and do my Facebook Live video tomorrow. I just finished doing my Instagram video. And so I'm doing my video today. And I'm going to continue to be an advocate. I'm going to continue to protest and speak out for Mr. Sam Cooke. Mr. Sam Cooke, who was unjustly murdered in December 1964. This is 2020. Now, that crime that was committed in December 1964 has not been resolved. It was ruled a justified homicide. It was first-degree murder. I want to say capital murder, but I ain't gonna just say it out my mouth. Evidence in a court of law, civil court, criminal court, you innocent till proven guilty. So you can't accuse nobody of capital murder. You gotta have evidence. Well, let me say this: first degree murder. We got the evidence. Premeditation. First degree murder. Capital murder. the death penalty, the criteria for first degree murder. For capital murder. The criteria for capital murder, the death penalty, based on the law. Based on the law. Now, I purchased a copy of Mr. Sam Cooke's, the autopsy report, the coroner's inquest. Those are official court documents. It's official court document from the state of California, the county of Los Angeles, the city of Los Angeles, and also the federal court, because all 50 states of the United States of America, including U.S. territory, they fall up under the federal district courts. So the state of California, there's a district court that the state of California is assigned to. And so, like I said, at that time, December 1964, Mr. Sam Cooke's murder was ruled as justified as first degree murder. The people in that coroner's inquest, criminals. The coroner, criminal. The district attorney, Barilla, criminal. Miss Barbara Campbell Cooke's attorney, Maychick, criminal. Bertha Lee Franklin, ignorant field house nigga, criminal. The people who own the motel, the cars, criminals. The police investigator, Thomas, criminal. You people, criminals. The jury, criminals. It's going to be justice for Mr. Sam Cooke in a court of law, civil court, criminal court. It's going to be justice. Victims' rights. See, at the time Mr. Sam Cooke's death in December 1964, there wasn't no victims' rights. This 2020, victims' rights. Victims' rights. It's going to be justice in a court of law, civil court, criminal court, for Mr. Sam Cooke. Family, friends, fans, you understand? Criminal and civil court, criminal court, victims' rights. Now, I purchased a copy of Miss Sam Cooke's autopsy report, the coroner's in, from Celebrity Archive for $25. It's public knowledge. say, it's first degree murder. I mean, we know we can prove that the evidence is overwhelming. We want to prove capital murder, the death penalty. Now, like I say, these are official court documents, and the verdict of the coroner's jury, the state of California, the county of Los Angeles, in the matter of the inquisition upon the body of Sam Cooke, deceased, before the coroner of the county of Los Angeles. We, the jury, summoned to appear before the coroner of Los Angeles County at room 150, Hall of Justice, Los Angeles, California, on the 16th day of December 9, AD 1964, to inquire to the cause of the death of Sam Cooke. Having been duly sworn according to law, and having made such inquisition and hearing the testimony of due upon our oath, each and all do say that we find that the deceased was named Sam Cooke, a male married native of Mississippi, aged about 33 years, and then he came to his death on the 11th day of December 1964 at 9137 South Figueroa Avenue, Los Angeles County, California. That this death was caused by gunshot wound in the chest, perforating the heart in both lungs with massive hemorrhage inflicted by a gun in the hands of Brother Frank at 9137 South Figueroa Avenue, Los Angeles, California. After the deceased had made forcible entry from the testimony introduced at this time, we find the death to be justified homicide committed by the said Brother Frank in particular life or property. All of which we do to certify by this inquisition right by us signed the 16th day of December 1964. These people are criminals. 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 One no justifiable homicide, first degree murder, capital murder. At the time, December 1964, there wasn't no victims' rights. This is 2020. Victims' rights. Victims' rights. Now, the evidence is overwhelming. First degree murder based on premeditation. So the evidence is overwhelming. Premeditation. It was first degree murder. Now, evidence, capital murder. The criteria for capital murder based on the evidence. You can't go into a court of law, civil court, criminal court, based on your emotions and feelings. Evidence. Evidence. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. That's the law. That's the law. You're innocent until proven guilty. If you can't prove capital murder based on evidence, there's one thing for sure. First degree murder. Evidence is overwhelming. Mr. Sam Cooke was shot and killed with the wrong .22 revolver. The bullet that killed Mr. Sam Cooke was recovered from his right side of his lung. On his right side. They did a ballistic test on that wrong .22 revolver and the bullet that was recovered from Mr. Sam Cooke. The ballistic test is a match. Evidence. Mr. Sam Cooke was shot on his left side. Gunpowder residue on the sports coat, sports jacket that Mr. Sam Cooke was wearing at the time of his murder. On his left side. On his left side. Gunpowder residue. Look, Mr. Sam Cooke at close range. 1.8 close range. The barrel of the revolver against Mr. Sam Cooke's body. Close range. That ain't right. Close range. The gunpowder residue on Mr. Sam Cooke's sports consequence back on his left side. Now, a 22 revolver, well, you can't hit both lung and the heart from the front and the back. Mr. Sam Cooke was shot and killed on his left side. On his left side. Hit the left lung first. Hit his heart, and then hit his right lung. Hit his right lung. That ain't right. Mr. Sam Cooke shot and killed. That ain't right. The victim's rights. The victim's rights. The victim's rights. And it's gonna be justice in a court of law for Mr. Sam Cooke. All his family. All his family. And friends. As well as fans. Victims' rights. Victims' rights. And that includes SAR records. And like I said, like I've been saying over and over, you can't commit that you can't kill Mr. Sam Cooke and then try to root talking about it as a judge. At the time, 1964, them criminals, what you did today, victims' right to that. You owe Miss Barbara Campbell Cook a lot of money. A lot of money. SAR records. A lot of money. A lot of money. So like I said, victims' rights. All 50 states have enacted victims' rights legislation. Every state. So the state of California today, in 2020, enacted victims' rights legislation. It's going to be justice for Mr. Sam Cooke and all his family. And friends and fans in a court of law, civil court, criminal court. SAR records include. You owe Miss Barbara Campbell Cook a lot of money, I'm telling you. You can't do that. You can't murder Mr. Sam Cooke. You can't do that. Now, just like I said earlier, the United States Department of Justice enacted the Organized Crime Control Act of 1970. See, you can't, there ain't no such thing as no occult literature. The United States Department of Justice is anti-gang. There ain't nothing to argue about. See, that's the reason why I do the things I do. See, that's over with. That's over. Ain't nothing to be talking about. That's over with. Anti-gang. And that includes that occult, because when you say gang and mob, that's what them occultists did in the past. That's who did it. And they were trying to use that literature. Anti-gang. And then the United Nations, all the people on the earth, Members of the United Nations. UNICEF, UNESCO, the so-called sorority and fraternity. Y'all know that? Man, UNICEF, UNESCO, they know way more than you do. And the Department of Justice, they know way more than you do. They know way more than you do. Everybody doing background check on people from yesterday, people today, and people tomorrow. Anti-gang. And then, you know, with victims' rights, the good thing about it, there's going to be a lot of good things that's going to come about because of victims' rights. Mr. Sam Cooke, there's going to be a lot of things, a lot of good things. Sorry Records, there's a lot of good things going to come because of victims' rights. It was wrong. You see Ms. Barbara Campbell Cook today. You see there, Mr. Sam Cooke and Ms. Barbara Campbell Cook. They're two beautiful daughters, and then their Trace. They were little girls. They were little girls at the time of their father's murder. That's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. Victims' rights. Mr. Sam Cooke's mother, father, they were alive at the time of their son's death. It's wrong. All of his sisters and brothers, all of his nieces and nephews. It's wrong. It's wrong. Victims' rights. Victims' rights. The Soul Stirrers. Sorry Records. Mr. Johnny Taylor. It's wrong. It's wrong. Victims' rights. Now, this is a map of all the people on the earth. Matter of fact, victims' rights. Don't forget the quick reference Wikipedia, victims' rights. Now this is a map of all the people of the earth. This is the Albanian language map. And this is a Baltic language map. is a Slavic language map. This is the Altaic language map. And this is the Euro-Altaic language map. This is a Romanian language map. The Romanian language is a Latin Romance language. In the Romanian language known as Wallachia. Now this is a map of the languages of Africa. And this is a map of the languages of Africa. And this is a map of the languages of Africa. And this is the Afro-Asiatic language distribution map. And this is the Afro-Asiatic language distribution map. And this is the Nilo-Saharan language distribution map. And this is a Nilo-Saharan language distribution map. This is a Niger-Congo language distribution map. And this is a Niger-Congo language distribution map. book is West African Traditional Religion. It was written by Dr. Joseph, overseeing the related with Dr. P. Adelmo, the payment. And the title of this book is African Traditional Religion, definition written by Dr. E. Beloja Ado. And the title of this book is African Religion and Philosophy, written by Dr. John S. M.B. And the title of this book is Concepts of God in Africa, written by Dr. John S. M.B. The United States Department of Justice said anti-gang. We ain't gotta argue over that. I ain't finna argue with nobody. I ain't finna. The United States Department just said anti-gang. That's the end of the conversation. It's wrong. It was wrong yesterday. It's wrong today. It's wrong tomorrow. It's wrong. You see, when you say gang and mob and all that stuff about some street slang, see, that's that occult literature. It's wrong. It was wrong yesterday. It's wrong today. It's wrong tomorrow. The United Nations, they know way, way more than the so-called sorority fraternity. The alumni. Because see, that's all the people on the earth. UNICEF, UNESCO, they know way more than alumni. You ain't nobody. See, y'all, you a bunch of damn crumbs. That's all y'all a bunch of crumbs. Everybody background check on people yesterday, today, and tomorrow. See, they be trying to use that occult literature. The sorority fraternity, the East Coast bitch, trying to use that occult literature on the East Coast of the United States of America, from the state of Maine all the way down to the state of Florida. Trying to use that occult literature. Background check. Background check on people yesterday, people today, and tomorrow. It's wrong. Wrong. See all these damn people on the East Coast trying to use that occult literature. No. The United States Department just said anti-gang. That's the end of that. And then talking about the blood gang, crew gang. See, that was them damn cowards from the East Coast trying to use that occult literature. Background check. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. It was wrong yesterday. It's wrong today. It's wrong tomorrow. A lot of these celebrity athletes and celebrity entertainers, they join the sorority fraternity. Background check. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. See, a lot of these people need houses of worship. See, it ain't no such thing, no Catholic church anyway, in all that particular church, and all that stuff about the Protestant Reformation movement, 95 Thesis Church. That's the Catholic Church in all that particular church. There's no such thing. There ain't no such thing. And then the American Restoration Movement, the Stone County Movement, the Church of Christ, doing the Stone County, doing the secret handshake. There's no such thing. There ain't no such thing. See, the United Nations, they enacted the International Bill of Human Rights. See, that's the end of that occult letters. The United Nations enacted the International Bill of Human Rights. That occult letters is nothing. It's wrong. It's criminal. It's criminal. The United States government enacted the Organized Crime Control Act of 1970 and Title IX of the Organized Crime Control Act of 1970, the Racketeering Influence and Criminal Organization Act, the RICO Act, is anti-gang. The Comprehensive Drug Abuse Prevention Control Act, 1970, the Control Substance Act, the Psychotropic Substance Act, the Continuing Criminal Enterprise Statute, Kingpin is all anti-gang. The Juvenile Justice Abuse Prevention Act of 1970 established the Office of Juvenile Justice Abuse Prevention, as well as all these other related legislation. It's all anti-gang. The comprehensive anti-gang is the Office of Juvenile Justice Abuse Prevention, the comprehensive gang model, Office of Juvenile Justice Abuse Prevention, the Bureau of Justice, the Office of Justice Program, the United States Department of Justice. The Office of Justice Program, the Bureau of Justice, the United States Department of Justice, comprehensive anti-gang vision project, say they was. The United States Department of Justice, Office of Community Oriented Police, the comprehensive anti-gang vision. The Office of Juvenile Justice and Police Prevention, the United States Department of Justice, the Office of Justice Program, the Bureau of Justice, the International Narcotic Law Enforcement Fair, the United States Department of State Institute for Intergovernmental Fair, Gang Resistant Educated Training, a great program. The United States Department of Justice, Office of Justice Program, the Office of Juvenile Justice Police Prevention. In October 2009, the National Youth Gang Center, which took the fund by the Office of Juvenile Justice Police Prevention, since 1995 merged with the National Gang Center, which had been funded by the Bureau of Justice since 2003. The National Gang Center compilation state laws against gangs. Gang Prevention Overview and Research Program, Mr. James Howard, the Office of Juvenile Justice Police Prevention, the United States Department of Justice, the Bureau of Justice, the Office of Juvenile Justice Police Prevention, the National Gang Center book. In the title of the book, History of Street Gangs in the United States. You can go to the quick rep with a P. You can find us out here for like type of gangs in the United States. Told you. United States Department of Justice, they're anti-gang. Ain't nothing to argue about. Ain't nothing to argue about. That's the end of that. The United States Department of Justice, Office of the United States Attorney General, Attorney General, 1457 Criminal Street Gang, Statute 18, United States Code 521, the United States Department of Justice, Federal Bureau of Investigation, National Gang Intelligence Center. The United States Department of Justice, the Organized Crime and Gangs Center. You have other federal, state, and local aid. The United States Department of Justice, Office of Justice Program, National Institute of Justice. United States Department of Justice, Office of Justice Program, National Institute of Justice, the United States Department of Health and Human Services, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, the National Center for Injury Prevention and Control, changing course, preventing gang membership, and also striving to reduce youth violence everywhere. The United States Department of Justice, the United States Department of Education, the United States Department of Health and Human Services, the United States Department of Health and Urban Development, the United States Department of Labor, and the White House Office of National Drug Control Policy, the National Forum, the Youth Violence Prevention Forum. You go to Youth Violence, there'll be a forum at the National Forum, the Youth Violence Prevention Forum, as well as comprehensive anti-gang, that's comprehensive gang law. The United States Department of Justice, Bureau of Justice, National Crime Prevention Council, keep kids out of gang. The United States Department of Justice, hazing as a crime. You go to lawyers.com, be informed about anti-hate. The United States Department of Justice told you, anti-gang. Ain't nothing to argue about. That's the end of that. It's wrong. It was wrong yesterday. It's wrong today. It's wrong tomorrow. Ain't nothing to argue about. Doing background checks on people from yesterday, people today, and people tomorrow. Now, this is a list of place names of Native American origin in the United States. For example, state names: Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, Connecticut, Idaho, Illinois, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Nebraska, New Mexico, North, South Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Wisconsin, Maryland. Then scroll all the way down to the bottom where you see also you'll see a list of place names of indigenous origin in America. Now, piracy. That's that occult literature. The pirates. That occult literature that they would use. See, the United Nations. These are all the people on the earth. And they are all members of the United Nations. So that occult literature, for example, the pirates were trying to go all over the earth on these ships, committing all these crimes. Using that occult literature. Is wrong. See, the United Nations, they enacted the International Bill of Human Rights. That occult literature is wrong. It's wrong. There ain't nothing to argue about. That International Bill of Human Rights. Ain't nothing to argue about. Now, the United States Department of Justice, the Office of Juvenile Justice Administration Prevention of the Bureau of Justice, the National Gang Center Bulletin, and the title of the book, History of Street Gangs in the United States, written by Mr. James Young and Mr. John D. Moore. Now, you can go to the quick reference, Wikipedia. You'll find the same information in the title gangs in the United States. Now, don't negate the pre-13 colony history. Harvard University, the oldest junior high in the United States, founded March 13, 1639, in Cambridge, Massachusetts. William Mary College, Williamsburg, Virginia, founded February 8, 1693, second oldest junior high in the United States of America. Five Baby Campus Society founded December 5, 1776, the college of William Mary, recognized as the first Greek level student society in North America. Alpha Delta Pi First World founded in 1851 Wesleyan College, Macon, Georgia. The first organization Dr. Works Royal Academy Foundation. Established on November 11, 1874, South Green University, South Green, New York. The first women's fraternity, DePaul College, 18 something. Now, the basis of the sorority fraternity is them old world secret society from Africa, from Asia, and from Europe. For example, the Eastern Star, the Freemasons, talking about Euclid, Melody, living in Alexander, Egypt. 1390, 1425, mentioned the Hardware Manuscript, the Regis Poem, the Cook Manuscript, the Dowler Manuscript. Now, examples of them old world secret society from Africa, from Asia, from Europe, Skull and Bone, Rosicrucian, the Son of the Living Third Side, Pride Sign, Ordo Temple Oriental, Knights of the Golden Lady, and Wood, the ancient Arab order known as Miss Shrine. The approved order read P.O. Sisterhood, the East Star, Freemason, the Elks, Lord of the Moose, Bilderberg Group, the Ku Klux Klan, Knights of Bethesda, Knights of Columbus, the Illuminati, Far Side, Hermetic Order of Golden Dawn, the Mystic Order of Being Prophets and the Enchanted Man, the United Order of the Golden Cross, United Ancient Order of Druid National Bank, the Ancient Order of Hermetic, the Opus Dei, the Knights Temple, the Scottish Rite. The Spanish Guardian, the Carbonara, the Black Hand. We say Mafia, that's Afro-Asiatic, say Coastal North Atlantic, the Triad, the Yachts, no sour. When it comes to street slang, gang plus stern, mob plus stern, you can go to Merriam-Webster's 30 Internet Dictionary. You can go to Oxford English Dictionary. You get the complete and total definition and meaning of the word gang plus stern, mob plus stern. And then you got other street slang: boss, goon, thug, crook, hoodlum, Mac, player, pimp, or hustler. Nigga, feel nigga, how live. It's street slang. And then you have street slang for music: hip hop, rock and roll, swing, groove, jazz, blues, funk, doo-wop, hip hop. It's street slang. You have street slang for money, currency, exchange, bucks, racks, stack, band, bread, dough, scratch. scratch loop movie, Benjamin dead presidents, the streets like. Now, it's a sorority and fraternity that are called us. It's wrong. And I mean, you say gang, the United States Department just said anti-gang. Ain't nothing wrong about it. And then the United Nations, the International Bill for Human Rights. So, that's a raw and fraternity. They commit crimes on and off the campus. You know, they use hazing. The United States Department just hazing is a crime. They criminal. They use and abuse tobacco products. They indulge in gambling, gang of chance. They use and abuse alcohol and drugs. They indulge in immoral activities. They indulge in sexual abuse. So don't let the sorority fraternity mislead you. All those persons who initially started sorority renounce them and denounce the whole concept and idea of sorority and fraternity. The sorority and fraternity, they work and they manage the businesses, companies, corporations. They use and misuse the background check. There can be crimes against humanity, atrocities, violation of human rights, civil rights, inhumanity, genocide, in between. All forms of discriminating and harassment. They pollute the earth, ground, water, noise pollution. They destroy the environment, nature, and wildlife. Don't be misled by the sorority fraternity. Call the FBI. Call the FBI. The International Human Rights Watch, Global Rights Frontline Defense, Human Rights Watch Frontier, and the International Center for Human Rights. Conservation International, Wildlife Conservation Society, Conservation Fund, Legal Conservation, both Earth Watch Institute, a Service Association, Earth Justice, Conservation Volunteer, Wildlife Conservation Network of Danger, Wildlife Trust, Biodiversity Nature Service Association, Rare Species Conservation Center, Wildlife Research Conservation Trust, the Rainforest Trust, the International Rainforest Conservation Organization, Rainforest Line, Rainforest Action Network, Biodiversity International, Earth Day Network, Environmental Defense Fund, Friends of the Earth, Friends of Nature, Greenpeace, the Nature Conservancy, Wildlife Conservation Society, Soil and Water Conservation, Clean Water Action, the World Water Council, Marine Conservation Institute, Marine Conservation Alliance, Ocean Preservation Society, Ocean Society, Global Ocean Commission, the International Marine Life Alliance. the International Bill of Human Rights. That occult literature is nothing. The Convention on Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women. The Declaration of the Rights of the Child. The United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child. The world's oldest human rights organization, Anti-Slavery International. The International Federation for Human Rights. The world's oldest international conservation organization, BrightShine International. Fauna and Flora International was the world's first international wildlife conservation organization. The world's oldest global environmental organization, International Union for Conservation Day, and also the World Wildlife Fund. in all their particular churches. The American Restoration, the Protestant Reformation movement, the 95 Thesis Church, and the American Restoration movement, Stone County movement, the Church of Christ. It's all wrong. They all lies. No such thing. There ain't no such thing. No such thing. They be using that occult literature. That's where it came from. Now, Saul from Tarsus, self-proclaimed apostle Paul. He wrote all those epistles. They all lied. He was an occultist, a lying, murdering devil. For example, Romans chapter 16, verse 16. Salute one another all again. The church with the suffix is of Christ. Salute. Another example, 2 Thessalonians chapter 1 verse 4. So that we ourselves glory in the church with the suffix is God of your patient faith and all your persecution days the years of. Now, religious persecution, devil worship, Satanism. There's no such thing as taking devil and Satan out the Holy Bible. It's religious persecution. That was that occult literature. That was that occult literature. The sorority fraternity, the alumni, that's a cult. That's a cult literature. It's wrong. Western esotericism, Western mystery tradition, hermetism, Gnosticism, Neoplatonism, Rosicrucianism, Freemason, Eastern Dark Ages, spiritualism, come on. Morning, Mom.
Good morning.
Did it get dry?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I forgot to take them out. I forgot to take them
That's
out.
okay. That's okay.
Now, this is the other color. Now, you see the word occult in arcane, esoteric, spiritual theology, and facade, hermetic order of golden dawn. You baby. See, when you do background check on people in the past, the hermetic order of the golden dawn. People in the Rosicrucian, the hermetic order of the golden. See, when you do background check on people yesterday, them It's the devil going around on the East Coast. And out there in Los Angeles, California, in Hollywood. See, and you do background checks on people yesterday. See, I heard medical order going down in all of other sororities and fraternities. You do background checks on people yesterday, and today, and tomorrow. Then a color list is wrong. study the first century. Continue to study the first century. It's important. Our Lord, Savior, Jesus Christ, Son of God, born in the first century, lived in the first century, crucified first century, resurrected in the first century, and rose to glory in the first century. The church that our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, the Son of God, established first century. We're going to continue to study ancient people in the Bible. The Amorites, they were Afro-Asiatic. The Egyptians, they Afro-Asiatic. The Amalekites, they were supposed descendants of Esau. And then the Kenites, they were a nomadic tribe in the ancient Levant. Moses' father was a Kenite. And then the Canaanites, ancient people. The Kenizzites, they were ancient people. Now, Jupiter, father of the Israelite leader, is called a Kenizzite. The Hittites, Indo-European, the Perizzites, they were ancient people. The Rephaimites or the Rephaites, they were called Samson and Emil, they were ancient people. They were also giants. Canaanites. Canaan, son of Ham, grandson of Noah. The Canaanite is an ethnic catch-all term. Covered various indigenous populations both settled and nomadic and strong group throughout the southern Levant and Canaan. The Gergesites, they were descendants of Canaan. The Jebusites, Jebus, and then the Hittites, the Horites, the Hurrians, the Philistines. Now, it has not been, the Philistines, they were not Afro-Asiatic. And it has not been determined that the Philistines were Indo-European. The Moabites, Afro-Asiatic. The Midianites, Afro-Asiatic. The Ammonites, Afro-Asiatic. See how the 5 books of Moses, the 5 books of Moses, the Holy Bible, the 5 books of Moses. See, God be telling you about their literature, about that all that Rosicrucianism and Freemasonry. God told you it's wrong. God told you it's wrong. And you want to be defiant and disobedient. These verses right here, God told you all that divination, witchcraft, sorcery, wizardry, wrong. Fortune telling, wrong. Necromancer, wrong. That literature is wrong. Background check. And go to the 10 Commandments. See, it's wrong. See, in the 10 Commandments, God told you 5 times, I am the Lord thy God. It's wrong. It's wrong. That literature is wrong. Now we're going to go to the 10 Commandments in the 5 books of Moses, in the Old Testament. The book of Exodus, chapter 20, verses 1 through 17. The book of, in the Old Testament, the 5 books of Moses, the book of Exodus, chapter 20. Verses 1 through 7. Verse number 1. And God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God. The literature is wrong. Because God said, I'm your God. I'm your God. You don't listen to nobody but God. It's wrong. Which I brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of blood. Thou shalt have no other God before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any great image or any language or anything that is in heaven above, or that is earth beneath, or that is in the water on earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor shall they fall out to the thy God. I'm a jealous God. Then the iniquity of the father upon the children to the third generation of them that hate me, and show mercy unto thousands of them that love me, that keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord not holy and guilty to take the name of vain. Remember the Sabbath day, keep it over 6 days, set thy labor, and do all thy work, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it, thou shalt not do any work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that within thy gates. And when 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea and all that in them is, and rest the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day in heaven on thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. In the 10 Commandments, God told you 5 times, I am the Lord thy God. 5 times. Their literature is wrong. We don't listen to nobody but God. Now we're going to go to the New Testament, the greatest commandment in the law. Can be found in the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verses 35 through 40. The book of Mark, chapter 12, verses 28 through 31. And the book of Luke, chapter 10, verse 25 through 28. We're going to go to the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verses 35 through 40. And it reads, being one of them, which was the Lord asked them a question to him, saying, Master, which is the great commandment in the law? Jesus said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart. What you read in the Old Testament. Love the Lord thy God with all your heart. What you read in the Old Testament. Believe it. Believe. And with all thy soul. See, from the Old Testament to the New Testament. See, Jesus had been prophesied. Believe that our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, the Son of God, is the Messiah. Because if you don't believe, your soul will be lost. And with all that mind, now, each and every day that you live your life, live your life according to God's word. Your choices, your decisions. That's loving the Lord thy God with all thy mind. That is the first and great commandment, and the second is like the thee. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. And these two commandments hang all along the prophets. They commandments. It's the same thing. gonna be justice. It's gonna be justice in the court of law, civil court, criminal court for Mr. Sam Cooke, victims' rights. It's gonna be justice in the court of law. Civil court, criminal court, Mr. Sam Cooke, saw records, all of the Sam Cooke family, all of them friends, fans. It's gonna be justice for Mr. Sam Cooke, including saw records in the criminal court, the civil criminal court, victims' rights. Man, ain't that good news? Ain't that good news? That it's gonna be justice for Mr. Sam Cooke and all his family, friends, civil court, criminal court. Ain't that good news? Man, ain't that news? You know, I had to throw that one in there. Background check. The United States Department of Justice, anti-gang, the United Nations, the International Declaration of Human Rights. That occult literature is wrong. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Background check. The Rosicrucians. Hermetic Order Golden Dawn. The Masons, Eastern Star. Background check. Well, like I said, keep in here today's video. The time is on. Now I'm wide awake. Now. But background check. The Ku Klux Klan. Why not? Why when you doing background check? So you'll know who these people are from yesterday and today and tomorrow. Background check. They be using their lips. Because the Ku Klux Klan, the same lips they be using, the same lips that the so-called blood gang, crip gang be using. Because it was the same people who started. Now when you're ready to end today's video, and most likely I'm gonna do my videos again tomorrow, well, early Monday morning. But again, my name is Eric D. Johnson on BrightShine. Live right here in the city, represent County, City, State, Texas. Thank all my family for your continued support. Take care of yourself, weakness, and run your very best. And remember that the United States Department of Justice said anti-gang. Ain't nothing to argue about. It's wrong. It was wrong yesterday. It's wrong today. It's wrong tomorrow. The United Nations. The United Nations. That's all the people on earth. Their literature. It ain't no secret. The United Nations, they enable the International Bill of Human Rights. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. Read your Bible, Old Testament, in the Ten Commandments. God said, I am the Lord, thy God. Said 5 times in the Ten Commandments. That literature is wrong. You listen to God, you listen to man. In the New Testament, Jesus, our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, the Son of God, said, thou shalt love the Lord thy God. That literature is wrong. It's wrong. Wrong. It's gonna be justice for Mr. Sam Cooke and all his family. Everything. Civil court, criminal court, sorry records included. They gonna make Bobby Campbell cook a lot of money. I'm telling you, they gonna make Bobby Campbell cook a lot of money. How you gonna commit personal murder and be alive at your court? Victims' rights. Victims' rights. Victims' rights. That's good news. That's good news. Until next time, take care of yourself. Wish each and one of you very best.